Hello, and thank you for attending the Feeney 2020 training, where we're going to be going over some cable rail kits, design rail, and some cool new featured products that have come out this year. I think you're going to enjoy it. Going on to our cable rail kits. These are our kit components and accessories that are at a stocking dealer. They range from anywhere between 5 and 50 feet. You can special order 60s and 70 footers. But the main stock is 5 through 50. 5-foot increments up to 30 feet. So it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it goes 30, 40, and 50. And like I said before, you can special order 60 foot and 70 foot. Now the diameter of the cable is 1/8-inch cable, and it's made up of 19 wires stranded together. And the grade is top quality 3/16 stainless steel cable. Now there's two different ends to your assembly cable package. You have your threaded terminal end, all right, and these come in two different lengths. The 4 1/4 inch, that's for metal posts, so our design rail series, and then we have our 7 1/2 inch, which is for like a 4x4 wooden post that could be sleeved over or just left bare with wood. So the threaded terminal end here, you're going to put on your starting post, and it comes with a washer, a nut, and then you're going to cap it with whatever cap they choose, whether it's a plastic cap or a stainless cap. You're going to see. But you want to make sure when you first put that through that the washer is just on snug, so it allows for it to hold until you get to the other side. Now, once you've run your cable all the way through, you have your quick connect fitting. So that's going to go on the last post, the post at the end of the run, and you're going to slide your cable through the post, and you're going to take your quick connect, slide that over. Now this quick connect is like a Chinese finger lock, and what that allows is the cable only to go one direction so it doesn't loosen up. So when you put the cable through, you can't pull it back out. It's going to be locked in there nicely. These are some of the accessories right here. We have stainless steel caps, we have plastic caps, we have some protector sleeves down there. Now the function of those protector sleeves is if you have a corner post or if you're double posting the corner and the cable is going through the post and it's going to be turning and making contact with the wood on the other side, so it's kind of going to be pulled against the wood, we want to put those protector sleeves in there so when you tension it, the cable doesn't saw through the wood as you're tensioning it. Then we also have beveled washers. Now these beveled washers are for stairs. So if you're going to have a threaded terminal on a stair run and a quick connect, you want the cap to sit flush. So we have the beveled washer that the nut goes over, and the quick connect is going to sit flush on that to make it a nice smooth finish. Now we have some accessories here, the cable cutters and pickets. The pickets are crucial, and the cable cutters, it's all crucial here. So the cable cutters is to cut the cable for 1/8 inch max, and then we have our Feeney intermediate pickets. Now these holes in the pickets are spaced 3 inches on center, and you're going to want a picket every 3 feet, or a vertical, we call it every 3 feet. So if you have a 6-foot section, you want to pick it at 3 feet. We're going to be touching on that throughout this presentation. Now we have a few more accessories and some maintenance tools here. We have a lacing needle. What the lacing needle does is you put it on the end of the cable, you slide it through the post, and what that does is it keeps the cable itself from fraying at the end as it's passing through all these wooden posts. We have our release tool, which is an important tool because previously I was talking about that quick connect tool and how it works as a Chinese finger lock. Now, people say, if I make a mistake, how do I take the cable off, or how to remove a cable if it's already locked on with a quick connect? Now, what you want to do, and this brings up another point, the last thing you want to do when you're installing the cable job is cut the cable. Because if you cut the cable flush and you use this tool to take off the quick connect, then you're not going to be able to put the cable back through because there's not going to be enough bite on that quick connect. So what you do with the release tool is you take the nut off the threaded terminal side, and then you're going to push out on the other end of the cable run, the quick connect out from the post. You're going to take this release tool, place it over the cable, it's going to fit on there snug, and then insert it into the quick connect, push it off, and then it's going to release it. Feel free to ask questions if you need any more description on that. And probably one of the most important parts of the sail, especially when you're on the seacoast area, around salty areas, or really anywhere outside because the cable could potentially get dirty, is this stainless steel cleaner and protectant. Now, we sell this to you guys, because it's very important. We put it on every single quote that we do, so it's on there. And what this kit does is, once or twice a year, you just need to clean the cable with this kit. Because if you don't, and you're on the seacoast in a salty environment, then what can happen is there can be, a tarnish or a tea stain that can show up on the cables and on the fittings. And people will complain saying, my cable's rusting. And well, it's not rusting, it's just a tea stain. And it's stainless cable, it's not stain knot. So if you don't maintain it a little bit, it can stain. So apply this cleaner to it, clean it right off, it'll look good as new. So what we have here is our cable rail tensioning tool. Now this tool really speeds up the installation process. Whether you're using an 1/8 inch, 3/16, or 1/4 inch cable, it has adapter heads that'll fit each one of those sizes. So what you do is you feed your cable through, all right? You go down to the quick connect side of the post, you have the extra cable extending out. You're going to feed the cable through the head of this. You're going to open it up, it's going to push that wheel back. Cable's going to feed all the way through. You're going to push it together. What it's going to do is you're going to hear a click. Once you hear that click, the cable is at full tension, and you can move down to the next cable. And this is you can do about 10 cables in 60 seconds. And the other method, you have to tension it, start on the middle cable, tension it down the quick connect end, go up one, tension it, using the traditional vice grips and socket wrench, whereas this tool really speeds it up. Now we're going to the build your own cable, all right? Now on the build your own, this is the lag system, which you may or may not stock, but this is going to go over between the post fittings. So if you don't want caps on the outside, you just want to work between the posts, then you would use these lag fittings here. So what we're showing you down here is a 9905 on the left. That's the fixed end, all right? That does not tension. You lag that into the wood, and then you twist on the connection piece there. Then you insert the cable into it, and that's just going to hold it. It's not going to tension. Now on the flip side, to the right, you have the 9910. Now what that does is that tensions a cable. So you're going to go to the other end of your run. Now when you're using these, you can go, say you have a 50-foot run, all right? You can have 9905s on one side, then 50 feet down, you have your 9910s. You do not need these between each and every section. So you'd have 10 9905s at the beginning of the run, 10 9910s, or however many runs you have at the other end of the 50 feet, or however long it is. You lag in your 9910, put it on, just one turn, feed your cable into it, and then once they're all inserted, you tension them in the middle, starting with the middle cable and alternating. Right here we have our pivot lag connections. So our 9915 and 9916, those lag right in, all right? And then we have our 9903 and our 9913, which lag in as well, but it's surface mounted, all right? You're gonna see some of the screws there, as you can tell, on either side. So it's just a little more nautical look. On top, it looks a little cleaner, but it's whatever the end user wants for a look. So these are nice because you just lag them right in and they swivel to whatever angle you want. So rather than drilling at an angle, like you can see on the right side there on the top lag connection, where it says quick connect fittings, in the first one, you can see the lag is going in at an angle. And then the second one down is showing the 9915 and the 9916 lag straight in and just swivels to whatever angle. It really makes it really easy on the stairs. So it's a real good lag and easy to use. Now we're going to move into our design rail aluminum railing systems. These are beautiful railing systems. They come in multiple different colors. You can see here, this is a project that actually won an award down in Connecticut. You got the 450 series being used here in silver, and it's really a beautiful job. They used the lighting, almost all the accessories they used on this job. There's different fascia mounts or different mounting options you can go with here. You got your fascia mount, which just mounts right to the fascia. And then we have a fascia bracket mount. So if you want to overhang your deck with a little lift there, that bracket will kick that post off 1.25 inches to allow for that overhang on the deck boards. We have a traditional base mount, which we mostly see being used as our base mount. And then we have our stanchion mount. If you want to hide, the brackets and lags, we provide a stanchion that you put into the below the decking into the frame, and then you put a stanchion mount over it. You're going to see here we're going to be going over some design rail top rail options. Design rail comes in 10 and 20 feet, and then you cut the size, whether it's 6 foot. Between each section, but they're going to come 10 and 20 feet long. And so we have our Series 100 at the top, 2 inches wide, that's going to go between the posts. And we have our Series 150 that's between the posts and actually pass for a graspable handrail. You're going to see further on in this slideshow that we use that for stairs a lot because it's graspable and it passes code, so you don't have to put an ADA rail on or so forth. And we have our over the top, which is our most popular railings, our 200 series. We sell a lot of the 200. That runs completely over the top. You could have, 50 feet of just continuous railing without any interruptions. Just splice it together, those 10 and 20 foot sections that we'd splice together. 3.5 inches wide, and it's great for a beer can or a drink. Nice drink rail. We have a rounded series, the 300 series. 1.5 inches. As you can see, we have different styles here. Our 350 series, which is another rounded 3.5 inch top rail. And then we have our 450 series, which is a very popular one as well. Really anything that can hold a drink is going to sell. And with this railing here, with the 450, we provide all the aluminum. The only thing that the lumberyard, has to provide is the cap rail. Now that can be anywhere from mahogany to a pine, whatever they want to use. You guys can sell them that to finish it off, or they can leave it contemporary just with the aluminum. It's completely up to the homeowner, the contractor, whatever they want to do. We have a lot of different infill options. We have our typical, which we sell, the most of, this 1/8 inch diameter marine grade 3/16 stainless steel with our aluminum series. Pick it every 3 feet. So that's most of our sales are the horizontal cables here. And there's a beautiful picture of a interior job, which we're seeing a lot of recently. Starting to grow is the interior. A lot of people think of cable rail and railing for the outside, but we're starting to see a lot of interior options there. We have our vertical cable, which is 1/8 inch, still 1/8 inch, 3/16 cable. Pick it every 3 feet, and it's available in any of the top rails and any design rail feature you want. There's a picture of it right there, overlooking a nice lake there, or waterway. And we have glass options. If somebody doesn't want to go with the cable option, they can go with the glass. So really we offer whatever they want, whatever's going to provide the best view and whatever style they want. There's a nice view there, and not sure where that is, but it's a beautiful view showing off our glass option there. We have our pickets. All right, so if you don't want cable or glass, then we have a picket option. So it's a 3/4 inch square aluminum picket. And like I said, you can get this. This is showing it one of our rounded top rails overlooking a nice beach where I bet we would all like to be right now. I know I would. And so these are some newer items that have come out. We have our laser cut infills. These are 36 inches available in 6 feet. If you want to go 42 inches, if you're on like a second story or multiple stories, those are going to come in a 5-foot section. So you can get anything you want. We have some custom or just really some stock options. But if you want, the name of your lumberyard in there, whatever you want, we can laser cut it in there. And this is great for commercial jobs, hotels, anything that wants something customized with their name in it, we can do it. This is a glass resin. As you look through our literature, there's multiple options you can choose from. This is an interior. The last slide is interior and exterior with that laser cut. But this glass resin right here, available in 36 and 42. Max width is going to be 5 feet on it. And you can trim it in the field if you want something that's less than 5 feet. You can field trim it. You just want to remember that it's interior applications only, cannot be used exteriorly. And then this is our nice stainless steel mesh. We have one that looks like a kind of a hog wire. It's about $200 linear foot hog wire, but this is for that customer that can afford it. And all of these, like the glass resin, the laser cut, and this right here can go anywhere to $300 to $400 a linear foot. So it is expensive, but it's a nice sharp look, and it can also be used as an accent. So if you have a deck, the whole deck doesn't have to be used with the laser cut or these mesh panels here. You can have accent panel on the side and cable the rest of the way, so you can have fun with it and mix and match it. This one here, like the laser cut, 36 inches, 6 feet, 42 inches, max is 5 feet. So you just have to take that into consideration with laying out the deck. Now we're going to go into some more design rail aluminum railing systems. This is a single corner post, which is nice because you don't have to stack 2 posts in one corner. You can go the single corner. It goes through. They're going to send you a curved lacing needle so you can feed that cable through there and then continue it on to the next run. This is available in the base mount, face mount, the face mount with a bracket, but it's not, it's not going to work with your stanchion mount. So it'll work with all the other mounts but the stanchion. Available in all the colors. You can see here below the picture the isolation bushings, which would be included in all the orders there. Now this is a new post that I'm really excited about. It's a new design rail quick connect post. So traditionally, if you had a run that say went 140 feet, we'll call it, you could go the 70 feet, then you'd have to terminate it at the post of 70 feet, then you'd have to put another post right next to that post to continue the rest of 70 feet to complete the 140. Now with this new design rail termination post, you can place this post at the 70 feet because it has a quick connect jaw on either side, and then start the other run from the end of the 140 feet and meet it back at this one post. So both 70-foot runs meet at this center post, but to the naked eye and to everybody else looking at it, the customers and homeowners and whoever it may be, it's going to look like one continuous 140-foot run. So it's really sweet, low profile, and it's available for level and for stairs, which is nice. So it's a new feature, and Feeney's always working hard to come out with features that are going to benefit everybody and make it look nice. Now we have some additional items, some accessories, if you will, with design rail. You can see they have lighting options with LED lights, low voltage. You have the sconce lighting on the side of the post, and they have the underneath lighting, as you can see, underneath the top rail. Now, You can go with just sconce lighting. You can go with just under the railing lighting. You don't need both of them, but both options are definitely available, and it's a nice dress up to a deck. And we have some ADA handrails, as you can see. Applied continuous handrails here, 1.5 inches, and that's if you have a railing. So you want that 200 series going down the stairs, but they need a continuous railing as well. You can attach this to the side so it meets ADA compliance. And we have custom gates. They're going to send you a layout. You're going to trace the gate, the opening, make sure you have all the dimensions and everything spot on, send it in, and then they'll send you back a custom gate. So just another way Feeney is going to be making it easy on you. And then these are base plate covers. Now you saw when I was going over the mounting options, there's that surface mount option. This base plate just gives it a nice finished look. So put it right around, it's a two-piece system, snaps right together over the base plate, and there you go, you got a nice finished look, and it's going to look beautiful. This year, since we do offer a 45-degree post, we figured we want to come out with a 45-degree base plate cover. So what they did is they took the base plate, made it to fit a 45-degree post, still a two-piece system. You snap it together, it still has got all the powder coating and all the features and benefits that the design rail has. And we just put it into the base plate, snap it together, and good to go. Now this is a cable rail concealed kit. Now this kit goes from 5 feet increments of cable up to 50 feet in cable. And all you see is the cable and then a low profile cap on the outside. So it tensions within the post. So whether that is a 2x2 post, design rail post, and they also make it available for wood. But you're not going to see any of the lag fittings. If you want more information on that, we can give you install information and anything else that you want information on, we'll be able to fill you in. But I just want you to be aware that it is available. If you have a customer that doesn't want to see any fittings and all they want to see is cable, then this is the system for you. And we're going to continue on with some more design rail aluminum railing systems. Now, if you have any questions, we'll provide our email and contact information at the end of this, so you can email questions, anything you may have that I wasn't able to cover during the slideshow. We're going to go over the RFQ process. This is a very simple but important process when working with design rail. You want to qualify your customer. So typically what I like to tell end users and customers is that a design rail system is going to be about $130 a linear foot. Now that is a real ballpark price. You don't want them to get that like a hard number in their head. That's a real ballpark price just to qualify them. Now, if they don't fall on the floor, then we can continue with the process. But if they back up and say, whoa, that is not what I was expecting, then we can say, all right, we have some other options. You can go back to, as we talked about at the beginning of the slideshow, your stock cable, or, if they want to go with glass or a different option, just you want them to know that it's 130 linear foot, so you don't go through the quoting process and they end up passing out because they see the high price. So if they qualify, then provide a drawing that you want a filter form, attach the drawing to that email and send it into sales@feeneyinc.com, and you'll have a ballpark quote back to you within 24 hours. Now, if they want to go forward with the job, then they'll, sign it off, send in that quote, and you're going to, may deliver in 3 to 4 days. You're going to get a solid quote back, a final quote. And then once the contractor and everybody approves it, and you send it out, send in the order, we're going to order it. It is 3 to 4 weeks from when that order is placed, then when it's going to be coming into the dealer. Sometimes it's sooner, but we like to err on the side of caution, say 3 to 4 weeks before the railing. That's important, so the builder and everybody is aware that it's not coming, next week. So we do have some options that would be available next week that I'll hit on later in the show. And this is the RFQ. So it's fillable online. If you go to feeneyinc.com/RFQ form, you'll be able to pull it up. But you fill out the top information. Make sure all of this information is filled out. All the boxes are checked. You got your mounting option, you got your top rail, you got your colors, everything. Make sure everything is completed, because if it's not, they have to send it back and get it started over. So once you fill it out, email it to sales@feeneyinc.com, okay, and send it in, and then we're going to get the process started. Now, as I mentioned before, that traditional create your own design rail series is 3 to 4 weeks out. Now, say they have a graduation party, they got an event coming up at their house, they want design rail, they don't want to wait the 3 to 4 weeks, so they need something quicker. So you guys are in luck, we have this option for you. We're going to go over the design rail aluminum kits. Now, that's a nice picture of it right there. It's a 150 series, comes in black, must have a top rail, must have a bottom rail, and obviously the intermediate picket, and it's got to be surface mount. So there are some stipulations to it, but it's for that customer that needs it within a week. So we have our design rail aluminum kits here. As I went over, it's a 150 series. We have a single corner post that's available. We have different posts allocated for different specific functions. We have the stairs here. We got the layout. It comes in black. So this is going to go over to the layout, and they're labeled. So you start off your threaded terminal post here. Your level rail kit. What's going to come in that level rail kit is your top rail, as I went over, the bottom rail, and intermediate picket. You get to a corner, you have your single corner post. Continue the cable down, you have an inline through post here, the newel left termination post. So that newel left termination post, what it is, it's drilled on the stair side coming up to it for the threaded terminal, and for the horizontal run for the quick connect. So you have a threaded terminal post over here, comes through, that's drilled to accept the quick connect on the horizontal run, and the threaded terminal on the stair. Comes up through the newel pass-through post to the threaded terminal post on the other side of the stairs there. So if you have any trouble, we're always willing to help you out. Contact your local Feeney rep at Marketing and Sales, and we'll be able to help you out. And this is a bird's eye view. When we're quoting it out, one thing I forgot to mention is the cables are not included, and this is not a panelized system. So you are going to get individual top rails, bottom rails, posts. You're going to get that all individually, and you're still going to have to build it. It's not going to come as a paneled system. So the cable is going to come separately as well. So you still have to string the cable through and work with it that way. And then this is a stair transition. So when you get to the stairs, we only make the stairs in a 36-inch rail height. So this first picture here is showing a 36-inch level section coming into a stair. So you can see how it's nice and level there. Now when you go over, if you're using 42 inches, around the deck, and you're getting to a stair, you can see this middle picture, how you're going to skip a button and go down, and the top rail is going to run over, and it really shows it the best in this blown up picture on the right side here, where you see the button, the end cap right there, then the railing, and you can see the transparent view with the RCB inside that top rail, cable running inside that top rail all the way down, and then you just continue as normal with the rest of the cables. This is some parts and accessories. You got the base plate covers as well. You got if you have to cut a railing, say you got, like a 6-foot section, they wanted to put a post at 3 feet rather than intermediate picket, you have to cut the railing. What you do is you order a rail kit, so you cut the railing, so you have extra hardware for the other side. Touch-up paint, stainless steel caps, isolation bushings, this isolation pad. This is for if you had a dissimilar surface, you didn't want a reaction with the metal, you put that down. So we have some new products here for 2020. Pretty exciting. We're getting towards the end of the show here, so just hang on for a little bit on these new products. So this is Design Rail kits. What I showed you was a black. Now we have a textured black. So we have two different blacks, whether they want just a matte finish or textured, whatever they want. We have that option. So this railing system here can get you within a week. If I mentioned that before, but it can get you within a week. And another new product we have is our wood grain top rail. Now, before I went over that 450 series where you guys supplied the wood, whether it was mahogany or pine, this right here, it looks sharp. This is a wooden painted on with a powder coated finish top rail. So it's no actual wood. It's just a powder coated aluminum top rail that is brushed to look like wood. So 10-year warranty. It's available in the 150 series and the 200 series top rail profile. Again, in the 10 and the 20-foot length options. The three different patterns, you have your cherry all the way to the left, your walnut in the middle, and then a weathered gray. This is another exciting program we have. So this is our Design Rail Express program. With this program here, you can get Design Rail with a few, it needs to check off all this criteria, but you can get it within 5 to 7 business days. It'll ship once the order is received at Feeney. So the top rail options are the 200, the 300, the 350, and the 450. So to make it easy, it's all the top rails that go right over the top of the post. Nothing that goes between the post. So the 100 and the 150 are not available. You'll see the 150 is used on the stairs for that graspability. So you can get it in any color, and it's available with a 45-degree or double corners, whatever you want. Base mount post, cable rail, infill with no bottom rail, so you cannot have a bottom rail. 150 on the stairs, and you have your pre-drilled stair posts. So this is going to have a separate RFQ form that you need to fill out. If you fill out the regular RFQ form, then they are not going to do the Express. You have to fill out the Feeney Design Rail Express Program RFQ, which can be found on the website. Contact us for more details if you want. But this is really exciting information here and a great program which we're looking to get off the ground. And this is just laying out those three different Design Rail programs. So you have your Design Rail kits, all right? That's the 150 series in black only, textured or matte, 1 to 2 days from our distribution center, New Jersey. And then we have our Design Rail Express, which I just went over. That is 5 to 7 days, shipped from our Design Rail factory out of FMI. So for residential. And another thing I want to go over, that Design Rail Express program is a maximum of 200 linear feet. So the maximum length of 200 linear feet of railing. Available 36, 42 inch. And then another important is it cannot have a bottom rail, and it has to be in those over-the-top railing series, the 200, the 300, the 350, and the 450. It's exciting because we're including that wood grain look as well. If you wanted that wood grain look in that 200 series, you could also use that with our Design Rail Express. And then if you wanted to be fascia mounted or any other options that do not fall under the Design Rail Express program, we're going to just use our Design Rail Create Your Own program that has a 3 to 6 week lead time. So we have multiple options with Design Rail. We're real excited to get the Design Rail Express and kits going so you can satisfy that customer that needs it within a week and wants it sooner than the 3 to 6 week. But I say, can wait 3 to 6 weeks and it checks off, then we're good to go. So I just want to say thank you. Please feel free to email us any questions, contact us. We're here to help you sell more cable and have a great year. Thank you guys.